Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Luke Thill, and today I'm going to share with you guys my tiny house number 2 plans. Me and my dad, we put these plans together for the next tiny house build. Obviously, these are just on paper. We're going to get them into the CAD program, which is kind of like a sketching program for blueprints and plans like this. So they'll be up to scale and exactly how they should be for when we build it. But right now, this is really all we need. Now, I know you guys can't see this too well, so I'm going to put some shots overlay of this video so you guys can see these plans a bit better. But basically, these are going to be the general plans for the next tiny house build. Obviously, this build was my first build. I know a lot about this house. You guys know that this house was just a stepping stone for the next tiny house. The next house is going to be kind of like the final tiny house. This tiny house was just to learn as much as possible, gain as much knowledge and experience to apply to the second build. I think we've done that quite a lot. I think I've gained a good amount of knowledge through this build, and I know some things I want to do for the next build, and I also know some things I don't want to do for the next build. Also hearing from other people, watching other people on YouTube, meeting other people at festivals, I've learned a lot, and I think I know pretty well what I want to do for the next build. This first sheet right here, this is the outside plans, and these plans are kind of pretty generic for the outside. We really don't know what we're going to do for the outside siding yet. We want to kind of probably do some kind of cool siding or something like that. We'll figure that out later. But basically the basics you need to know from this is that we're going to have a steel roof. You know, steel roofing is pretty generic on a lot of tiny homes. It's pretty lightweight and it's pretty durable for the road. We're going to have a 20-foot long trailer. Also a pretty common size trailer, about 8.5 feet wide as well. Pretty common for tiny homes. We're going to have the door on the side right here, as you guys can see. A window that's right here. This will probably not be there. This is kind of a thought we had. We're probably not going to have that window right there. And this will be the kitchen back here with another window on the other side. But yeah, this is kind of pretty basic outside. Our kind of main goal with the outside of the tiny house, and this is the size of the tiny house in general, it's not going to be a massive tiny house. This tiny house is going to be 20 foot long, 8.5 feet wide. It's not going to be 13.6 feet tall. We're probably going to keep it around 10 or 12 feet tall, just to kind of keep it on the safer side. Plus the way we have to get the house up here on our driveway, kind of having it shorter will benefit us more, and I'm not planning on having a loft, and I'll show you guys later what I mean. So you guys saw the front of the house, the ones I just showed you now. This is kind of the back side of the house. Kind of the same thing I showed you. Some of the hookups are back here. Some more windows, the bathroom window. So pretty basic, kind of what I already showed you. Now this is the kind of the one everyone wants to see. This is the top-down view of the layout of the tiny house. So one thing before I show you this, what I want to talk about is that this kind of based off Titan Tiny Homes, now known as Bantam Tiny Homes, built. They built one of these houses for a company called Tri Tiny that I'm good friends with, the owner of that company, and I really like this design, so I'm kind of basing it off that design. Not everything's quite the same as that design. I did change some things around, and you guys can see that in the video I have up here in this corner, other corner, or in the description, where I walk through that house and show you guys what I like and what I'm going to change about that house. You guys can watch that video if you want to kind of get more of a visual sense of what I want to do. But this is the almost exact what I want to do. Obviously some things are going to change, nothing is the same as the plans, but this is the basic layout. So in the front of the house where the tongue of the trailer is, I'm going to have the bedroom. Now the bedroom is going to be a Murphy bed, sort of. The Murphy bed, so here's the bed. It's going to slide up like that on the wall instead of a lot of them are like this on the wall. So it's going to go like this on the wall, if that makes enough sense. Just to afford us more room. If it was a fixed bed, we wouldn't have as much room as possible, and I think room is really important. Plus, you're not sleeping on the bed all day long. You're only using it at night, so if you can guys get the bed out of the way pretty easily and pretty efficiently, I think it's a great way to save space. I know some people have done some pretty drastic things with the pulleys and having it go up into the ceiling. I personally think this is too much stuff to do to put a bed away. Things with tiny houses, keep things as simple as possible, and you're going to do them more often. I know from building a camper and having our family's camper, to get the dinette bed out, it's a whole process, and even though it only takes like 2-3 minutes, that's 2-3 minutes. So if you do that every single day, that really gets old. So keeping things as simple and simplistic and easy as possible is gonna really you're gonna really like that in the end. So that's kind of the plan for that. Also in this tiny house, there's gonna be lots of pocket doors. That's just so we can eliminate the swing space. As you know, in this tiny house, the door right here swings out instead of in. That's the same with most tiny homes, but we just don't want to have a lot of swing space, which swing space is when you open the door, the space it takes up to open and close the door. Because you have to make sure those areas are clear of things and they won't run into other things. In the video I mentioned earlier, I talked about that because the house had a lot of doors, and they were kind of like, you know, really close to each other, so it was really difficult to open the doors. So we're gonna do lots of pocket doors to keep it very simple. The bathroom is gonna be a pretty basic bathroom. It's gonna be not too small but not too spacious. I think a bathroom should never be too cramped because you just don't want to be in there then. So it's gonna have a toilet, probably composting, due to we don't plan on having any black water hookup. Sink in the bathroom with a window above the sink, and then a good sized shower, which we're kind of all in there, and you guys can see that in the video. I really suggest you guys watching that video after this video because everything's gonna make a lot more sense when I explain it, you know, more visually. Here's like the living room area. In the original house, the kitchen went along this wall. I kind of moved it to the corner right here because I don't plan on cooking that much. I'm not a big cooker, but I do cook some food. So kind of making the kitchen a bit smaller will afford me more space in the end. Yeah, so you guys can take a good look at that. That's kind of what I basically talked about. Obviously there's a lot more details on there. They are planned, so there's more details on there if you guys want to read all that stuff. But that's basically the basics of what I want to do. Now, the reason why I want to show you guys these plans is because I want to get your guys' input and feedback on these. Now, obviously these aren't final, so there's going to be things and changes to these. They're just on paper for right now. But I want to hear you guys' comments. I want to get your emails, your comments, or whatever, and I want to hear your suggestions. The Murphy bed, for example. I didn't come up with the idea. Some of my fans on Facebook and on YouTube commented that and really suggested that and showed me ways that it will really improve the layout of the home. And so yeah, I chose that because I thought that was a really good idea. I wouldn't have chose that if you guys didn't mention that to me. So I really always want your feedback on this. I know I'm stressing this a lot because I really do want your feedback. Kind of think of you guys contributing to this build through commenting. You guys are helping me build this house basically. I want to make sure you guys are involved as possible on this build. And yeah, I really want to do this with you. I don't want to do this alone. So if you guys can help me out, give me some ideas, I'd really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for bearing with me. Last week we went on vacation to Arizona. Had a great time. We visited Grand Canyon and we did a lot of different things. There's some photos on my Instagram, like I mentioned earlier, so you can check those out as well. But yeah, hope you guys are all having a great day. Spring is coming for all you guys in the Midwest. Spring is coming. Finally warming up a bit. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.